everyone. So in our curriculum lessons this week, we're going to be continuing our learning by looking at seasons, which I know we've started doing in school. So hopefully this will just top up some of your super knowledge that you've already got. So I've got some pictures of some objects that you can see here on the screen. So let's go through and make sure we know exactly what each of them are. So here I've got an umbrella. And we use an umbrella when it's raining. So we pop it up above our heads to keep us nice and dry, which some of us might be needing when we go outside at the moment because the weather's not very nice. Here I've got some woolly gloves and we use these to keep our hands nice and warm. Here I've got a picture of some sun cream, okay? So sun cream we put on when the weather is really, really warm and sunny, and we put it on to keep our skin protected so that it doesn't get damaged and it doesn't get burnt by heat and sun exposure, okay? Down here, I've got a pair of wellies or Wellington boots, and these are what we wear on our feet when it's a really rainy or muddy day to make sure that we are not ruining our lovely, clean, nice shoes, okay? So we put those on when it's a bit wet. Here at the bottom, I've got a woolly hat. We wear that when it's really cold to keep our heads warm. So think about what weather we might need to wear it in. And here I've got a beach towel, and there's a lovely young man in the background modeling that for us, okay? So we might need a towel when we go to the beach, when we are swimming, to help us dry off. So first of all, I want us to have a little think about how we could put some of these items together. So which items match? So I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes just to have a little look at them and which objects go together and why. Okay, so well done for those discussions. So I'm going to talk you through that now and see if you got the same as what I got. So I'm going to start here at the umbrella. So we said that we'd use the umbrella when it was raining lots and lots. So if I'm going to use that reason, then I'm going to look at something else that we might wear when it's raining. And I think the wellies are a perfect match. So I would use or wear both of these objects, okay, when it's raining to make sure that I don't get wet and to keep me dry. So now I've got 4 more objects. I'm going to go with the gloves next. So the woolly gloves keep me warm when the weather is really cold. So I think, would that match with the towel? Does the towel keep me warm? I mean, it dries me, but it doesn't necessarily keep me warm. I wouldn't wear it as an item of clothing. So I think I'm going to match these with the hat, because hat and gloves are what we wear. They're normally made out of some sort of wool or some kind of thick material to keep us warm. So these two items of clothing go together because we wear them when it's cold, okay, the time of year when it's cold. So that leaves me 2 objects left. So here I've got my beach towel and I've got my sun cream. So I would definitely group these 2 together because I'd wear the sun cream when it's really, really hot. And if I was at the beach, and I'd be making sure that my skin's protected. And I'd also be using the towel to dry my skin off if I was at the beach and I'd been in the sea, or if I'd been in a paddling pool in your back garden, or if I'd been at a swimming pool as well. Okay, so hopefully you've grouped your items in similar ways, because this leads really nicely into the 4 seasons that we have been looking at. I'm going to go on to in a bit more about what their names are, but if you can already remember the names of them, well done. Okay, so I've got 4 pictures in here, and I just want us to have a look at each one of them and see what you can notice in each of the pictures. So we're going to start with this top one here on the left. I'm just going to give you some time to think about what you can see in that picture. Okay, so here in this top left-hand corner, I can see that there is blossom, which are these pink flowers here growing on the trees. I can see that the grass is starting to grow underneath here as well. If I move over into this picture, have a think. What can you see this time? So I can see that it's very sunny, because in the background there I can see the sun beaming down onto the grass, and I can also see the shadows that are made off the trees. I can also see that the leaves on the trees are now green. Okay, so all the leaves off the trees are green, and so the grass that's on the floor. So the flowers have gone now off the trees, the blossom, and now this lovely warm weather that's in this picture, the green leaves have grown on the branches. Down here in the left-hand corner, it looks a little bit different now. What can you see there? So you should have been saying that the leaves have started to change colour, and I know we've talked quite a lot about this, and you've been saying as you're looking outside that you can see this as well on the floor and on the trees that are in your back gardens or on your way to school. So you can see that the leaves are starting to turn lovely colours such as yellows and browns and oranges and reds, and they're also starting to fall off the trees. Okay, so the plants are starting to die and all these things are falling onto the floor. You might also see conkers and acorns as well when you're on your way to school. And in my final picture, what can you see here? What does it look like? So I'd be saying it looks really, really cold. And I know that it looks really cold because there's snow on the trees and on the floor. Okay, so this really grim weather, it's really, really cold. When you pick up snow, it's cold to touch, isn't it? Okay. I can also have noticed that there aren't any things that are growing. So in this season here, things do not grow. So now let's apply this learning and think about the names of the 4 seasons, which hopefully some of you will have remembered. So our first season here is spring. Your turn? Well done. So some of you might remember our action for spring is this. Okay, so spring, we were saying, when all the plants start to grow. Okay, so we had our lovely plants growing up here for spring. And that's why on this picture here, you can see all the blossom that's forming on these trees. And you might see new baby animals as well, such as lambs in the fields as you're driving out into the countryside. So after spring, we had summer. Can you go like this, summer? Well done. And we were doing that action, weren't we? Because we said the weather in summer is really, really hot. Okay, it's really, really hot. It's very sunny and it's really dry. And if you're looking at the plants, then all of them are very green. Okay, they've grown fully now and they're nice and green and bright, and all the flowers are really colourful as well. So let's recap. So our first season here was spring, and our next season was summer. Well done. After spring and summer comes a season that we are in now, which is autumn. We were saying that the leaves are falling off the trees. Okay, so can everyone say autumn for me? Well done. So we said the leaves are starting to change colour and they're falling off onto the floor, and that we're starting to notice that the weather's changing. So it's starting to get a little bit colder and it's raining quite a lot. So you might need your wellies during this season here. And our final one is winter. Go like this, winter. It's really cold in winter. Okay, sometimes it snows, sometimes there's frost on the ground, but the weather is not very nice at all. So it's very cold. The plants stop growing. Okay, and sometimes when you are walking to school, it can be very icy on the ground. You've got to be really careful not to slip. So let's go over those 4 seasons again. So the first one was spring, summer, autumn and winter. Say it with me. So we had spring, summer, autumn and winter. Well done, everyone. So let's just check back at these pictures and make sure we know which season are these pictures from. So have a look. I've got 1, 2, 4 pictures. So have a look. Which picture represents which season? So I know. Off you go. Have a few seconds. Well done. So we should have been saying things like, I know that this picture here is from autumn because the leaves on the trees have started to change colour. So they're going brown and yellows and they're starting to fall on the floor, which means that the plants are dying. This picture over here, I know that this season is spring because the plants are starting to grow and the weather is quite mild. I know that this picture down here in the bottom is summer because everything is green, everything has grown fully and the weather looks really nice as well, so it's definitely hot and sunny. And I know that the final picture is winter, and that is because everything has started to die and there is snow on the floor. So your activity today, and I think you're going to like this one. So you can do it one of two ways, and you can make it as practical and as fun as you want. So I have got the 4 seasons here: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. You can do this in 2 different ways. The first way you could do this is, if you are going to dress up and wear an outfit for spring, I want you to think, what might you wear? Okay, so you might need to go around your house, put on some different clothes and take a photo and show me that that is spring. If you're going outside and it was summer, what might you wear? So for example, you might put some sun cream on. Okay, so you might need to hold some sun cream. You might want some shorts on. You might want a t-shirt on. You might want some sandals on. Okay, so put all your summer clothes on and take a picture. If it was autumn and we said we were going outside and it was raining a lot, so you might want to get an umbrella, you might want to put some wellies on. So take a picture of what you would look like in your autumn outfit. And the same with winter. It's a bit cold here, so have a think, what might you want to wear? If you think, oh, I don't really want to go and get all these clothes out, or you don't have that many things that you can grab to hand, don't worry. Instead, what I would like you to do is draw a very simple person. So I've done a template of a person that you can use. I want you to draw a picture of what they would be wearing on a typical spring day, a typical summer day, a typical winter day, and a typical autumn day. You can either draw their outfit or draw their clothes and things that they would need around them. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that task, and I can't wait to see all your creative things that you're going to send to me and show me. Enjoy!